Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Dorr, Chicago psychic medium and intuitive consultant, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I was so excited today, this is Tuesday, to be on Linda Grindel's YouTube channel. We spent almost an hour together, and it's always a pleasure to do her show. She's a dear friend, and so everybody check out our YouTube channel, Linda Grindel, Comanche Psychic. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this crazy orange shirt. It's pretty bright. Well, it's Halloween time, and I thought I might be Halloweenish, if there is a such word. Well, it looks like that Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed to the Supreme Court. So a lot of people have been asking about the future of the Affordable Care Act, the future of Obergefell, which gave us gay people the right to get married, the Roe versus Wade, will that be overturned? A lot of questions are coming out. So I'm going to try to answer a few of those for you, and then talk about this COVID pandemic, which is really skyrocketing again. So here we are. You know, it was crazy for those about climate change. A few days ago in Chicago, I think 3 or 4 days ago, the temperature was 75, and I can't remember when it's been that warm. But like they say, if you don't like the weather in Chicago, wait a minute, it'll change. So actually yesterday and the day before, we had snow. It was like flurries, it didn't stick, but such is the way of climate change. I understand that Southern California is having a lot of wildfires, and I understand they cut the power because they don't want, any more wildfires to start. I also heard that they're having the Santa Ana winds with gusts up to 100 miles per hour. So for anybody that doesn't believe in climate change, all you have to do is take a look around. So everybody, let's just take a moment and send healing energy to the people in Southern California. And we hope that the Santa Ana winds will die down, that the fires will get under control. So let's just take a moment to send that healing energy. And people in Southern California, we are sending you our best. At any rate, so the Supreme Court. I heard today that the court ruled 5-3 against for Wisconsin, that the ruling was that in Wisconsin, if a person casts a ballot that's mailed in, if it's postmarked before midnight on the day of the election, but if the ballot is received after election day, then the state does not have to count that ballot. I find it amazing how the Supreme Court has been tainted by Donald Trump, and how they'll do anything, Trump, to suppress our voting rights. Our votes, our constitutional right to vote, is our voice, and we're taking it back. I voted yesterday. I waited in line. I went in person. Everybody, please go vote. If you have to wear a mask, do what you need to do. It's probably too late in the game to trust a mail-in ballot. So if you have to fill out your ballot and take it to, your county clerk's office or the courthouse, wherever you need to take that vote in person and drop it off, or vote in person, or take it to a drop box. Make sure that your vote counts. We have too much at stake. Way too much at stake. I think it's horrible when they engage in voter suppression. It's horrible. But as a result of this election, I do see massive reforms coming. And massive reform, election reform. stating, how votes can be counted and when. And pretty much, I think a lot of these laws trying to prohibit us from voting ultimately will be struck down. Linda Grindel and I talked today about, the Supreme Court. And I just don't see Amy Coney Barrett staying on the court that long. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't see it. But my feeling is that the Dems will take over the Senate. They'll keep the House. And I think that Biden's going to win. So I can see more justices being added to the court. So even if they overturn the Affordable Care Act, it won't last long, because I think at some point what's going to happen, my guides show me, is that with the new court coming in with more justices, if anything like that got to the court would say that it's discriminatory to have a pre-existing condition. It's discriminatory for an insurance company to tell somebody they can't be covered because of a pre-existing condition. In other words, you can't discriminate against somebody because they're ill. I think what the Democratic powers will do once they're in office will say, okay, you have a choice. You can get private health care insurance, or you can get government insurance, whichever one works for you, and give employers the right to give people those options. So I think they'll find loopholes around the court if they rule against the Affordable Care Act. The other thing is Roe v. Wade. Even if they overturn Roe v. Wade, I don't think they're going to overturn it altogether. Here again, at some point, once there's more justices on the court, at some point, Roe v. Wade will be upheld. The same as gay marriages. If they try to strip those rights from us once we're married, at some point when we get a new court, my feeling is they'll let gay people be married. But I understand the reason that they tried to rush these Amy Coney Barrett through was because the Trumpsters felt like it would be their way to win the election, specifically if they question the votes. And if it goes to the Supreme Court, the thinking was, well, the court would rule in favor of Trump. But, the thing is, Linda G and I talked about this today, you can't always guarantee how the court's going to rule. And I keep bringing up this one thing with gay people that, was a gay rights issue, and the court just voted that you can't discriminate against gay people 6-3. That's when RBG was still alive. So sometimes you can't really figure out how they're going to vote. At any rate, Kavanaugh will be off the court at some point. I don't think Amy Coney Barrett is going to last long. I don't know why. So we'll see lots of reform coming with the Supreme Court as well. COVID-19 is out of control again. I find it amazing that Mike Pence is still traveling and doing to North Carolina, I think, and doing rallies, not mandating that people wear masks, when 5 of his staffers are infected with COVID. Whereas the Democrats, did you see Barack Obama, the drive-in, like going to the drive-in movie when we were kids, the drive-in rallies he's doing so people stay in their cars. The Democrats have shown all along responsibility, while the Trumpsters is like, well, let people die, it doesn't matter, because they're saying that it doesn't matter to them anyway, even though they say opposite. You can tell by their actions. Look at the rallies Trump is having, the super spreader events. I just can't believe that there are still people out there who don't believe that COVID exists, or they're not going to get it. I think this will be the tiny virus that brought down a president. It's almost like Marie Antoinette when she said, let them eat cake. And that, during the French Revolution. And it's almost like Trump and the Democrats are saying, let them die. You know, it's almost like Trump is saying, well, the virus didn't hurt me that much. It's not going to hurt you. Well, Donald, tell that to the people who are losing loved ones and to the over 200,000 Americans who have died. I understand that the cases are really going super high in St. Louis, South Dakota, El Paso, Texas, are saying that they think they're not going to have enough hospital beds. So we can't take this virus lightly. I think it'll be next summer before it goes away. Linda G said she thinks it might be January, February. I hope she's right. So it'll go away when we wear a mask. I just heard of a study. I watched Rachel Maddows, and she said the governor of Kansas back in July issued an order that everybody had to wear a mask, like when they went into public places. But the Republicans overturned that and left it up to the counties. So certain counties opted out of the mandatory mask wearing, while others opted in. So 20 counties that upheld the mask mandate, their graph pretty much flattened out, while the counties that opted out of wearing the mask, they have COVID in record numbers. So it's a very simple experiment. It's like wearing a mask protects us and will help stop the spread of this virus. It's going to be a while before we get a vaccine. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, we have to wear masks. You know, in St. Croix, we have friends in St. Croix, and up until early summer, there were like maybe 11 cases of COVID, but there's a refinery there. And when they brought in workers from Texas to work in the refinery, those workers didn't wear a mask. And now I think St. Croix has over 300 cases on that small island. So I think those of us who are responsible will wear a mask. Ultimately, this virus will go away. It'll be, well, it will be under control, but not through anything that the Trump administration is doing or lack thereof. I think once the regime changes in Washington, they'll take a good hard look at COVID and do everything to get it under control and try to repair the economy as well. People are asking about a stimulus package, and I find it amazing that the Congress, the Senate could work this past Sunday, special session, to push through Amy Coney Barrett's nomination to the Supreme Court, but yet couldn't address giving a stimulus package to the people who are suffering from this virus, the people who have lost their jobs, the people who have lost loved ones, the people who have lost their health care insurance, people who are losing their homes. They did nothing. I do see a stimulus package coming, and I think once the regime changes, I keep saying it the regime because Donald Trump is to me like a dictator. Once the regime changes, I think once the Democrats take power, my feeling is they will have a stimulus package that will extend unemployment, that will help people with their mortgages. I think there will be a stimulus package I see actually 2 or 3 of them coming, that will help small businesses. Over 100,000 small businesses have closed. And I think for existing small businesses, the government will give them a loan at like a small interest rate, or if the business agrees to do certain things and stick to that, then it's not a loan, they don't have to pay it back. So I see those things coming. And this time though, it'll be for people, given to people who really need it. Please, everybody, go vote. If you need to learn in your state what you need to do, you know, to drop off your ballot or to go in person, don't use the mail right now. Just, there's a website you can go to. It's called iwillvote.com, iwillvote.com, and it will tell you how to deliver your ballot so it'll be counted. I just find it amazing that with COVID, they keep having these super spreader events. And uh, when Trump has these events and is not mandating mask wearing, what does that tell you about him as a person? You know, essentially saying, I don't care if you die, but only die after you vote for me. Wow, that's frightening. uh, I understand there's been a monumental turnout of people to vote, and let's just pray all of our votes are counted. Did you see Obama in Florida? And he's politicking. Good for you, Mr. President Obama. You know, and Kamala's out campaigning. Good. You know, somebody sent me a question. Do I see this happening in Canada? In other words, not COVID, but what happened here with Trump and how it's upset everything. And my response was, it won't happen if people do not become apathetic. So as long as people get out and vote and open their mouth, then it won't happen in Canada. But it could very easily happen anywhere. We thought it wouldn't happen in the United States, and here we are. I think metaphysically, it's about us taking our power back, opening the solar plexus, opening our throat chakra, speaking up and taking our power back, and not to take things for granted. You know, I think Cheeto Head is going to find out that senior citizens have power. And a lot of us senior citizens ain't voting for him. Biden, here we come. So it's true that there is power in the vote. A lot of people are asking me about dark money and SCOTUS. And I think there was a senator, Democratic senator, during the confirmation hearing for Amy Coney Barrett, who talked about these super PACs that funded things that these lobbyists wanted to put through to the court. So what they would do is they would take it to federal court and then ask for it to be dismissed. So the cases kept getting dismissed so they could get through the system quicker to get it to the Supreme Court. And that dark money funded some of those judges being appointed to the Supreme Court. That's all going to come out. There's going to be a lot of truth coming out. I'd always thought that the court was not tainted, but it's kind of looking like as if it has been. But that too will change. So I still see that there's going to be a lot of indictments. You know, Bill Barr, Donald Trump, a couple of his family members, Rudy Giuliani. So I watched the debate. I know I'm kind of changing from subject to subject. And in my opinion, Biden clearly won. It was contentious, but Biden held his own. He did stutter a few times, but then again, so did I when I was a kid a little bit. But I think that showed how real he was and what a kind of a good person he is. People ask me about Biden's health. My feeling is his health is really good. I'm seeing that he'll be a one-term president. I just think after the end of a presidency for one term, he might get tired. But at some point, I do see Kamala Harris as being president of the United States. So I'm probably rehashing things I've talked about, but I just wanted to get on here and say thanks to Linda. We did the show with her today. Thank you all for watching my channel. And what I'm going to do is put on my community board, I'll invite you all to ask questions. And then what I'll do is I'll attempt to answer many of them either on Friday or Saturday when I post my next video. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Linda. And I want to say happy birthday to my husband. He just had his birthday recently. And we've been together 10 years, 10 happy years. So happy birthday. All right. Have a happy Halloween. Wait a minute. I'll talk to you between now and then. At any rate, stay safe, stay well, wear your mask, and namaste. To get a hold of me, you can email me on my website, www.meldor.com. You can email mel@meldor.com or call my office, 847-590-5411. All right, have a nice evening, and I shall talk to you later.